Thinking like a sandhill, I put the stick in my mouth and threw it across the grass. I figured my partner, my wife, would follow suit and start jumping in the air, arms flailing like me. She didn't. So much for my mating dance. After all, we were much older now. Old as shit, some would say. And a lifetime of fighting gravity had taken its toll on her. I, of course, was still damn near perfect, which is very hard on others. I mean, the pressure of perfection can be a bit much to some. It came easily for me. In fact, I had invested heavily in the torching of my own brain cells. And once I convinced myself that my 20-minute Qigong routine was all I needed to be healthy, well, that's how our story begins. Actually, it doesn't begin there. How could acting like a bird in your backyard near the lake in your late 60s do anything but maybe make your neighbors call the authorities? I was thrilled with the response to my Thinking Like a Sandhill video, which I wrote and worked on for several minutes a few days ago. My bond to sandhill cranes should not surprise anyone, as it's widely known that I am also highly regarded by black snakes. My patented extra virgin olive oil glue trap release technique went viral years ago. With that, some are confused by my Indian name, At War with Sparrows. Well, let's just say I'm not always at peace with what's going on around me. And if you travel in flocks, we may have issues. When she said, "Why did the sparrow bring a ladder to the bar?" "Because it heard the drinks were on the house." I did not laugh. To clarify some misconceptions, I think I need to elaborate on my Indian name, At War with Sparrows. I had other choices, such as Burnt Like a Singe, but that, like others, hit a little too close to home. And really, my issue with sparrows starts with my quest to attract bluebirds, which was triggered by the line from the Bowie song, "Just like that bluebird, ain't that just like me?" It was a decade ago, during those Lazarus dreams, that I realized I wasn't certain I'd have ever actually seen a bluebird, and I certainly didn't feel like one. I felt more like the archer that I am, a trait some find a bit challenging about a Sagittarius, but perfectly suited to go to war with sparrows. Which reminded me of what my mother-in-law always said about me, that I apparently didn't like people. At all. And that was just one of the reasons why I embarked on years of heavy drinking, with a particular fondness for single malt Scotch, to try and make the presence of people, and sparrows for that matter, more palatable to me. It didn't work. The problem with sharing your thoughts is you have to keep clarifying things. Plus, the guy writing this stuff for me is clearly having some issues. With that, I think my previous video was a bit disingenuous. I mean, to imply that heavy drinking over a long period of time didn't solve some problems or have some benefit would be incorrect. For one, I was never thirsty. But I will admit it can cause some problems, particularly behind the wheel. I remember when I was a teenager, as well as being a new driver, willing to try or do damn near anything, my father gave me a Baby Ben clock to put in my red 1966 MGB, just in case I had too much to drink and needed to sleep it off. That time never came, as I never reached my limit. And as Hunter S. Thompson once said, "I hate to advocate drugs, alcohol, violence, or insanity to anyone, but they've always worked for me." Fortunately, in time, it's usually pretty easy to find out if someone is nuttier than a fruitcake or under the influence. With that, I'll close with I'm going crazy. Wanna go?